stupid things. Veronica, good morning. How are you? But I'm serious. You can't control nobody's actions, and you have no say on nobody's actions or the behaviors. But many times, hey Shiva, good morning. Thuto, what's good with you? But it's because we have no self-control. We think we believe they're weak for doing what they do, but we don't look at ourselves and realize that we have issues for feeling how we feel. You know what I mean? Hey Jenny, how are you doing? Buenos dias. Good morning. But I want to remind you that no matter what people do, no matter what they say, you have control over how you react. You have control how you feel about it. You have control on what emotions that you want to give to it, or what thoughts you want to give to it. People's behaviors are their karma. You know, I think many times, now that I'm speaking, now that I'm getting into it, many times, right? Hey Melina, good morning. I ain't seen you in a while. Yeah, you know, many times, you know, especially when it comes to relationship, we have this thing about karma. You know, somebody do something not to us. You know, like if I have a woman who decide to put her somebody else inside of her, or do something else that she wants to do, we always think karma's gonna get you. But in all reality, what do they owe us? You know, we can't control their behaviors. We can't control what they want. We can't control what nobody is doing with their own bodies and with their own minds. We can't control what they're thinking or feeling. You know what I mean? Jamie, good morning. How are you? You can't. I don't care what we call these people. We call them our husbands, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, twin flame, soulmate, partners. I don't care what you call them. What's going on? I got so. So we always think karma's gonna get you. You know, karma is a bitch. Karma is not a bitch, actually. Karma is a gentleman. Karma is a lady. You know what I mean? Karma is not a bitch. You know, we always using karma for negativity. Why can't we use karma for good things? Why can't we use karma because of love? And we fail to realize, oh, karma is going to get you. Karma already got them, because your action is your karma. What you do is your karma. It's not what's coming to you. It's what you're already doing. That's your karma. But you think that they are doing it to you, so you think that's your karma too. That's not your karma. Your karma is what you do in that situation. Yeah, your karma. See, listen. If somebody feel the need to put their body parts in some situations that you don't feel like is, you know, that they shouldn't, which is their business. 75 Shorty, what's good with you? You know, if somebody put themselves in a situation where they have sleeping with somebody else or doing something with somebody else, that's their karma. It has nothing to do with you. But we are so invested in somebody else that we think is our, oh my God, I can't believe he did that to me. That person didn't do that to you. He did that to her. He did it to himself. What's going on, my brother Adrian? Hey, Adrian, you the man, man. What's good with you, man? How you doing? You good? From Antigua? How you doing, man? Yeah, it's true. That person didn't do anything to you. And we find ourselves getting hurt. Oh my God, I'm hurt. Can you believe he did that to me? I could never. You know what I mean? I can never trust anyone. What does trusting anyone got to do with him or her? Like, we are too petty. It's Friday and it's feeling good, huh? I know, right? But we got to stop being so simple-minded. We got to stop being so simple-minded. What somebody chooses to do with their body, with their mouth, with their hands, with their fists, with their slapping somebody else, that's their karma. It's coming from a place where you can't understand and you have never been, which is in their mind. It's coming from a place that you will never understand. So why stress over it? Why lose sleep and lose yourself over it? You know what I mean? Why get all emotionally corrupt and emotionally drained and disturbed? Because somebody else, which is a complete different identity, a complete different being, a completely different person, and a completely different soul, a completely different world. He is doing what he or she is doing with their body that God gave them to use how they want to use it, in any way, any shape, and any form. And here we are thinking that we have the right. We have the right. Just because a person made you a promise. And sometimes, sometimes, yeah. Sometimes we say stupid things. And it's not stupid, but if you think about it, it's stupid. Yeah. I mean, for real, like, if you think about it, We say things like, I will never leave you. I will always love you. I will always want you. But in all reality, those things ain't true. It's true in the moment. You know what I mean? Pretty kid, how you doing? How you doing? Namaste. Those things are good in the moment. Those things sounds good in the moment because right now that's how you feel. And if that's how you feel right now, that's how you feel. Because your motives is not about lying. It ain't like you're lying to them. So when someone says, listen, I will always love you. I will always want you. I always want to be with you. Sometimes you got to understand that people are in a space mentally right now that's what they mean. But guess what people do also? Guess what we have the right to do also? Listen to this. We have the right to change our minds. Do we know this? It's in the moment. It is very true in the moment. People have the right to change their minds. Everybody has the right to change what they want. We all do it all the time. So when somebody says, I don't love you no more, or I don't want you anymore, instead of understanding where they're coming from, you know what you do? You get all insecure and thinking that it's about you and you are the one who's not good enough. You start to take this thing like it's you. And it never had anything to do with you. To begin with, it never had nothing at all to do with you. Matter of fact, sometimes somebody wanting you is not even about you. Have you ever had somebody who wants you? Queen Pumpkin, how you doing? Have you ever had somebody who wants you? Sometimes it's not even about you. Sometimes it's to fulfill their own ego. Sometimes it's to fulfill their own ego, their own needs, their own healing. Because sometimes, let me tell you, man, let me be real. Let me be real with you. When you have that dope ass energy, changing mind is immature. Changing mind is not immature. We all change our minds. Because what we think that we wanted, listen, you don't want the same every 7 years, even your taste bud change. We all have choices. And if I choose to say, you know what? My journey with you was amazing, but I want to move on to something else. Whatever that is, it's my business. It's really what I want. Why would you want to make me feel guilty? Because I promised you something? Come on, man. I promised you something because in that moment it felt amazing. And I know it sounds ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Golden Jax, how are you doing? And I know it sounds like it's harsh. And it sounds like it's very harsh. It sounds like it's bad. It sounds like it's negative. But we all have the right to move how we move. Changing your mind is real. Changing your mind is a part of life. Did you want the same thing that you wanted 10 years ago? No. I had someone that kept leaving and coming back. Now, I ain't gonna lie. That leaving and coming back shit ain't from. Listen, if you're gonna leave, be sure that you're gonna leave, because if you leaving, be sure, because I'm not an open door. You can't open and close my door. You know what I mean? Hey, Mel's Angel, how you doing? You know what I mean? Like, you can't go and come because now my boundaries are being messed with. Now, people have the right to leave, but you don't have to be stupid with it too, because you have the right to do as you please. You have the right to close that door forever, because you're not gonna come in like your grandma told you. You ain't gonna come in and leave and come in and close this door. Once you leave this door, sometimes, even though I miss you and you want to come back, you have to learn. Sometimes you gotta teach people that their behaviors is toxic, and sometimes they won't learn with you, but they will learn from you. Have to let people be who they are. Facts. I'm telling you. Listen. Sometimes people won't learn their lesson with you, but they will learn from you. It's when you leave is when they learn. See, sometimes they don't learn when they're with you, and that's fine. I didn't learn my lesson or learn how to be this way when I was with my ex-wife. I did not learn with my ex-wife. I learned after. And I thank God for the experience. I thank God for me going through what I went through. And not that I was proud of myself for doing all them stupid things. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the gifts, Big Girls Bless. Not that I'm proud of myself for doing all these things, but I'm proud of myself for getting out of it. You know what I mean? So I'm saying, man, you can't be mad at people for doing what they do. I don't care what they promise you. I don't care what they share with you. I don't care if they're with you. I don't care if they're married to you, if they're boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, and wife. People still, it's their body, it's their minds, it's their soul. It's not yours. Their soul don't belong to you. They don't belong to you. They have their own journeys that they are walking. And who is us? Who is us to what's the word? To sacrifice their journey when they should be learning. Good morning from Alabama, Desi. How are you doing? Experience is our lesson. Is your best teachers too. Experience is the best teacher. But we have to understand. We have to understand that just like how you don't want nobody to stop our evolution, we can't stop theirs either. And sometimes they have to go through what they have to go through before they learn their lesson. And sometimes, unfortunately, they have to go through you. You are their lesson. Sometimes they are your lesson. As a matter of fact, we are each other's lesson. Everyone that we with, everyone that we are strongly connected to and attached to is a lesson that we need the most. It's not a forever thing, it's a lesson. What would you say when they try coming back? Would you even respond? Listen, I've come to a place in my life where it's not personal. I've come to a place in my life, it's not personal anymore. Now, don't get me wrong, sometimes I don't want to talk. I don't want to give you energy. But sometimes it's not personal. Listen, oh, okay, you want to come back? Okay, I got you. Hey, listen, you be good. You know what I mean? Like, I have nothing for you. You know what I mean? Hey, Juju, how are you? If you go, no coming back. I mean, sometimes it's just, is it possible to interrupt someone's karma? Listen, yes, we can interrupt and come between someone's karma. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, for instance, if you are sick, I have learned how to, I personally have learned how to, this sounds weird. On my journey of enlightenment, which I am on and continue to be on, I have learned some things, some skills that many people don't understand. Like, for instance, if you tell me you have a headache, I would say, do you need some help? If you can't help it, if you can't fix it, if you can't get rid of it, and you had it for like years, I won't, if you tell me that I have a headache today, I'll leave you alone. But if you really want help, I personally understand how to transfer energy and how to shift energy. I could say, listen, I'm going to do some things in your mind while you sleep, and it will be gone. And you will say, Kurt, go ahead and do it. So when you wake up, it will be gone. Now, I don't know what's in you or what karmic energy that you have that's causing that headache. The root cause of the headache is still there. I don't know. So if I remove the headache, it's me doing you injustice sometimes. Sometimes I'm doing you injustice by healing you. So I have to be very careful not to heal you, but teach you what's the root of what's going on. So yes, you can intercept and interrupt somebody's karmic energy. It's kind of hard. It's hard to understand. It's not hard to explain, but I know what I'm talking about. So, but I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be, is that my friend? Hey, Abby, how you doing? I ain't even see you there, girl. How you doing? I have nothing for you. Yeah, I mean, for real. Take control of your dominion. Facts. But we have to understand, man. We have to understand that people, listen, let me tell you this. Hey, Miss Glenda, let me tell you this right here. Sometimes you have to just be done. Not upset, not bitter, not angry, not depressed, not anxious. Just done. Just over. Just completely done. Let me tell you this. Sometimes, I made a video earlier and I didn't post it yet. I actually just made it in the same outfit. Let me tell you this. Sometimes, some of us have, and I know I keep saying this because I know this pertains to me also. Some of us have some really sweet energy. You know what I mean? Good morning, Miss Glenda. Some of us have some really amazing, sweet energy, like the way we smile, the way how people feel welcome. Do you know anybody who just welcome you? It's like they are just so welcoming. The energy is so. Thank you for the like so much, Tanya. Thank you for the like so much, and Miss Abby. Thank you for the like. Some people have the energy of just being able to just make you feel just at peace and at ease and just feel amazing and just feel lovely and just make you feel beautiful. You know what I mean? Like you, hey, I try, you know what I mean? But I think that was natural. But some people just have the energy to just make you feel just, you ain't got to do nothing. Like, you ain't got to do nothing at all for me to like you. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't got to prove yourself. I just welcome you. Like, you are me and I'm you. I just, listen, I am with you. I love you to death. What's going on, Love Shanda? And some of us have that dope vibe. Naturally, when we have that dope vibe, man, we attract a lot of, as we call them, shitty people. People who want to pull from you all the time. They want to pull your energy. Listen, and they don't know that they are pulling your energy. They don't understand it. But coming around you, pull your vibe. Just by them coming around you, hey Samantha, they're pulling your vibe. You feeling drained. They want to stay next to you all day. And you don't understand why. Why do you always want to be around me? Because they feel better. And then when they leave you, you start to feel a little tired. You're like, man, I'm a little sleepy. Like, God damn, I'm a little sleepy. Because the bigger energy must pull The bigger energy is sucking up the smaller energy. That's just how it is. So many times, when you have that good ass energy, people are drawn to you. Hey, from Sweden, how are you doing? It's very draining sometimes, but people are drawn to you because you are like the light. It's like the light, right? The light attracts those bugs, like those light bulbs. See, like how you have a light bulb outside in your patio, and you turn it on at night, and that's just, Tanya, I believe you. You know, like when you turn on the light bulb and a bunch of flies and bugs are just right there, just flying around. But they can't let the light bulb shine. They can't make it shine any brighter. But the light bulb is bringing them out from their place of hiding. The light bulb is making them come out of where they're at. Listen, sometimes your energy allow people to find a space of being themselves. Infectious, right? I'm telling you, your energy sometimes is doing so much justice to many people by letting them come out of their own shell, of their own hiding, of their own self-judgment and their self-thoughts, self-doubts, self-intimidation, self-lies, all this self-hate. Your energy does so much and you don't even know. But now these people are coming to you like, I want to be with you. They don't want to be with you because it's a lie. It's usually they don't want to be with you because they don't have anything to offer you. So a lot of times we fall victim to these people. See, the ones that we are supposed to help, we end up marrying. And the ones that we are supposed to marry, we ignore. We're like, I don't want you because the transaction, I don't feel like I'm giving you anything. See, we always want the people that we have to give so much to. Because you think by giving them so much, your worth is, your space is, like your spot is secured. Because you are giving, you are doing. I'm telling you, you are giving, you are doing, so your spot is just secured. People, listen, your spot is not secure by what you give. Your spot is secure because that's who you are. That's who you are. I don't have to give you anything at all. I can just be myself. I'm telling you, you ain't got to do nothing at all. You can just be yourself. And who's going to come to you, going to come to you. Like for instance, right? When you have that good vibes that I tell you about, when you have that good vibes, message to yourself, yeah, when you have that good ass energy, shitty people, as we call shitty, are drawn to you. But understand this, they're not really shitty people. Those shitty people is parts of you. You have shitty parts. You attract who you are. And you are everyone pushed out, right? Everyone is your reflection. Everyone, I don't care what they look like. They could be murderers, thieves. Everyone is you pushed out. A matter of fact, many times where you despise somebody's behaviors and their actions is because you have that within you, but you are controlling it so powerful that you hate somebody who's just doing it. I'm serious. You have those strong feelings towards certain people, certain looks, and certain actions because you can do those same things, but you in yourself, you are governing yourself. You are commanding yourself not to do it. You are practicing self-control. But you attract what you are. So these people right here are literally us being pushed out. So when you meet these shitty people, you think, oh my God. But they are you too because they are parts of you that's shitty. There are parts of you that you don't like. There are parts of you that you want to fix. There are parts of you that you're not in tune with. There are angles of you where when you see that angle, you're like, delete the picture. Here's the thing. Males, you don't have to deal with them. And you're dealing with them in a way of understanding where they're coming from because you are coming from the same place. You came from the same place. We all came from the same spot. From the same place. We just have evolved into focusing on love more. And when you focus on love more, your frequency elevates. Now, you might still have shitty parts. You might still have shitty parts that you can't stand that keep attracting these people. You're going to always attract these people until you realize that you are shitty too. Now, check this out. When you have that dope energy, like I was saying, let me go back to the dope energy. Love from a distance, facts. When you have that dope ass energy, let me tell you what's going to happen. As I said, you're going to attract shitty people, but you are going to attract some powerful people too. Trust that. You are going to attract so much powerful people. But the program that you are carrying, the program in your mind, the program of what you feel like you must do, what what you're lacking, the program of who you think you are and who you believe that you are, the program of what do I have to do to feel important? Hey, Tasha, how are you doing? That program that you are carrying, you still want to feel wanted, want to feel needed, want to feel sexy and appreciated. So you want to do all these things just to make you feel what you already are, which is relevant. Jenny, how you doing? Jenny. My favorite person. How you doing? You want the husband. So now we have to understand, if somebody comes around us, that shitty person that we consider shitty people. See, that shitty part of you, when you think about the shitty part of you, what it does, it drains your energy. It pulls your energy. It pulls from you. Because now, when you think about the shitty parts of you, you feel kind of funny. You feel kind of emotional. You feel kind of sadder. You feel the type of, you feel a kind of weaker. You feel a type of sadness come over. You feel a type of jealousy. Sometimes it's resentment. Sometimes it's all these things that you're carrying with this shitty parts of you. Sometimes it brings out your anger. It brings out your frustration. It brings out your resentment. It brings out that part of you that you can't stand, that trauma bonded. We have shitty parts of us. It brings out the anxiety when we dwell on those shitty parts. Understand this, that people who are not meant to be union with you will pull from you. That's how you know who is for you and who's not for you. So when you have dope energy, you have to take responsibility. That, I'm telling you, that dope energy that we have, everybody wants it. Everybody wants it. Every single person wants it. Listen, if you're on my live right now, if you're listening to me, chances are you have dope energy. Because people can't take this. This is very boring to many people. This type of conversation right here, because I'm not talking drama. I'm not talking all this insecure stuff. I'm not talking all this Will Smith and all these people stuff. I'm not talking hate. I'm not talking race. I'm not talking bashing men and bashing women. I'm not talking about all these things. I'm talking about energy. This is very boring to many people. So now if you're listening to me because you want to hear this part, it's because you have that dope energy. I don't think people with weak energy want to hear this. You can't, because it does nothing to you. Buenos dias. Hey, Jesse. How you doing? So understand this. When you carry dope energy, people, every single vibrational frequency will be drawn to you. The good ones, the lower ones, the real low ones. And people who are powerful. Because if you are powerful, you must attract powerful men or women. You must. You have to send off that. If it's in you, you send it off naturally. If it's in you, it leaves you and it comes back. It must come back. If you are embodying this power, then you must send it off and it must come right back. And when it comes back in an embodiment of a physical sense. People, things, money, cars, house, jewelry, this, that, promotion, bikes, money, relationship, men, partners, husbands, wife, girlfriend, jobs, promotion. It must come back. Knowledge, wisdom, it must come back. What's going on, Romy Rome? How you doing, man? Namaste. How you doing? So understand this. Since you know if you have dope energy must be returned to you in a physical sense. Understand this. You cannot just say, I give up. No, you don't give up. What you do, you surrender. The ones who are not for you, see, since you are drawing all these folks to you and you still have that low frequency sometimes, you still have those thoughts, you still have these experiences that you don't like, you still experience low vibrational thoughts, low vibrational energy, low vibrational stuff. We all do. Every single one of us do. But understand, I'm a man like me. People are drawn to me all the time. And I'm not really bragging because this is not about to brag. Namaste, my brother. I am Bettina. Namaste. It's not that I'm bragging, but I attract powerful stuff. But I know I attract people who need to learn themselves. People who need to understand themselves. What's going on, JLX? Long time no see. How are you doing? Long time no see. Good to see you. You know what I mean? I attract very powerful humans. Women and men. Now, I ain't talking about in relationship or sexual or intimate stuff. I just attract I attract high frequency people naturally. Also, since I am what people might consider an enlightened being, or a high frequency being, or a spiritual being, or all these things that these damn verbiage that they use, since I am considered one of those things, I will naturally attract sick people, people who needs healing, people who needs advice, people who need this, people who need love, people who need understanding, people who need knowledge, people who need this. So it's up to me. Hey, thank you, Romy. Thank you. We all are. So now it's up to me to actually understand and take accountability for who I am by understanding energy. So now, this is how I do it. This is how I do myself. When you come to me, because naturally, let me tell you what the human mind can perceive. The human body, the human energy, sex is the first energy that we understand. So sex speaks. Sex is loud. Sex speaks. And it speaks. And it speaks volume. So sex is always, you're always drawn to me, right? Thank you, Abby. But seriously, happens to me, but too, it makes me scared. And so now sex is one of the, because we all have sex, we all have had sex, we all been experienced with sex, we all are sexual beings. So sex is an energy that we're just in tune with, because the body is a sexual body. So sex becomes something that you are in tune with. So the first energy that you recognize sometimes is sex. Sexual energy. So people are coming drawn to you sexually. Ooh, I want to be with you. Ooh, you're so fine. Ooh, you're sexy. But that's not what they're really seeing. But that's the way, what's the word? That is how they are reading it. The energy that they are drawn to you, they are reading it sexually. So if I don't understand that, every woman who say, Kirk, you are handsome. Ooh, I'm excited now. Oh, really? You think so? You want to have sex? I have to understand, a lot of times people come to me because they need my energy. They need a little boost in theirs. They need a little prayer. They need a little love. They need a little attention sometimes. They need a little healing. They need a little, sometimes, inspiration. A little bit of motivation. You know what I mean? Hey, need love. And facts, antique facts. You need to know who you are in life. People need you for different reasons. So the reason why we get hurt the most, the ones of us who have dope energy, that good, loving, respected, loyal energy, that good ass energy that everybody wants, the reason why we get hurt that much is because we don't understand that the ones who are for you don't take from you. Yeah, it explains a lot. The ones who are for you. So now, the woman who comes to me and don't need me for anything, but she just wants me. Divine, how you doing? The woman who comes to me now, who don't want nothing from me, she's already fulfilled, she's already perfectly fine, she's already mature, she's already... No, don't get me wrong, we're still going to exchange energies, because we're still going to be parts that I don't have what she has, she don't have what I have, so we're going to still have to exchange, but it's going to be an equally exchange. Black Pearl, how are you doing? Long time no see. It's going to be an equal exchange of energy. So now the woman for me, she won't drain me, and I won't drain her. That's how you know. See, people that you need to save will pull you down. Sometimes they only just want your energy. And many times, right? Good morning from Florida. How are you doing? And many times, that balance, right? Many times we get in trouble because when somebody come to us and only experience sexual energy, only can read sexual energy, they can't read high frequency. They can't read intelligence. They can't read spiritual energy. They can't read intuitive things. They can't read those vibes. All they can read is sexual vibes. So when they see you, they look at, oh my God, I just want to be with you. And now, here you are convinced that they want to be with you because they keep calling you, they keep talking to you, they keep coming over, and they don't understand. They're not lying to you either. They're not lying to you because every time they come over, every time they hear your voice, every time they experience you, every time they see you, listen, they actually feel better. That's the thing about it. They feel better. So they are also convinced that they want to be with you. You don't understand what I'm talking about. You don't understand this, right? Don't this make sense? They are creepy vibes sometimes, right? They are literally believing that they really want you. That's the thing. Because they don't know that they don't. They know that every time you come around, their life is just brighter. They're feeling so much better. They even glow on their face. They're smiling. They're feeling good. They're feeling stronger. They're feeling more better emotionally. They're feeling more better energetically. So when they leave you, they just smiles. I'm telling you. So now they're telling you all these things. Now they convince you that they want to be with you. Steal a girl, how you doing? Namaste, how you doing? Now they convince you that they want to be with you. And since you see it, since you see their smiles and they like coming around you, so you say, I'm going to give you a chance. Every time they leave, you do feel a little, you do feel a little drained. Good morning, Messino. Literally what makes my ex said to me, but I was drained. I'm telling you, every time they come around, you still do a little feeling drained. You still feel a little unsure, a little confused. Every time they leave, you feeling, I'm just tired. And it was nice being with you, but gosh, I'm tired. Oh, God, what time is it? Man, you're feeling tired and you don't even know what's going on. So now you end up being in a relationship. What is that? A strange story? Flossom Cat, how you doing? How you doing? Good to see you. Namaste. Happy Friday. So now here you are in a full-blown relationship and you realize that things start to go a little down south, down. How come, what's changing? How come I thought you wanted me? And he's like, you just, girl, stop tripping and stop being insecure. Because now, since you are connected to them now, seriously, since you are now connected to them spiritually, they can pull from you. Listen to this. Listen, check this out. Oh, Lord have mercy. Somebody say amen when I say this. Since they are now spiritually connected to your soul, they can pull energy without being next to you. That's what you call soul ties. They ain't got to come around no more to make them feel better. They're feeling better because they know how to top your energy. Sometimes they piss you off so that you can dive into their energy. Sometimes they piss you off. Sometimes they got you annoyed because as you get annoyed and you call them and you text them and you tell them your mind, they are feeding from the energy. Listen, whatever energy that you are given is better than what they had. You don't understand what I'm saying. You don't understand what I'm saying. You ain't getting it. You ain't getting it. They need you now. They need you, but they don't realize it yet. They still don't realize it. They still don't realize it. They don't know because they don't understand the energy transfer. They don't get it. They will never get it. It's later on in life when they go to the next woman or the next man is when they realize this shit is different. So now they start to look for you in their present partner. And you ain't there. They start to tell their present partner, change how you dress. Change the way you look. Come on, speak differently. Like, why are you acting like this? Don't wear that. Don't do that. Because now they can't find you anymore. You are discontinued in their life, in their spiritual journey, in their spirit. You are discontinued. So now they are looking for you and everybody that they are with. And when they realize that they can't find that dope ass energy anymore, here they come. Hey, stranger. Hey, stranger. I was thinking about you. How you been? Oh my God. What you up to? How you doing? I ain't seen you in so long. You want to meet up and have lunch? Yeah, Hanson. Yeah. You want. I'm going to be on this early from now on because this is the time when I'm by myself. My kids ain't home yet. So I usually come on before I pick up my kids. You want to have lunch? You want to come over? Absolutely not, right? You want to talk? I'm telling you, that's how it is. Because your energy cannot be found in the next person that they are going to be with. They are looking for you in everybody else that they're going to be with. And now they're going to destroy a lot of people, a lot of more women, or a lot of more men that they're going to be with because they are looking for you and they're trying to change them to be like you. Listen, sometimes their next partner look just like you. Listen, sometimes their next partner looking just like you. They want a man or a woman look just like you. They want a man or a woman who's who speaks like you. it becomes a vicious cycle. The same. Listen, we have to understand this. But let me tell you, it is your responsibility. It is your responsibility. Just if you know you have good vibes, if you know that you just always good, you by yourself, you good. You're with someone, you good. You feel good. You look good. You are all about self-improvement. You're all about evolution into a place where you love your space. You love your alone time. You love your energy. You love how you look. You love how you speak. You love how you sound. You are shining bright like a diamond. You are shining, right? And my answer is always no. You had me when you should have not lose me, right? Facts. What's going on, DJ Su Young? How you doing, man? Namaste. Good morning. And now, here you are. And sometimes you miss them. But I'm telling you right now. See, some people always making an excuse is that, have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I hope you have a beautiful day too. And don't work too hard. The chick couldn't have been my sister. Listen, man. And sometimes it is a connection not looking like twin. Is it a connection not looking like? What do you mean, Hansen? It is a connection not looking like. I think I'm misunderstanding the statement. Listen, and naturally, right? We always think that missing someone, we want them back. You can miss someone and don't want them back. You can miss people and don't want them back. As a matter of fact, the fact that you miss them doesn't mean that you want them back. It means that you miss the place in your life that they took, the time. Oh, look who's on. Dr. Tamara is on. How you doing? How you doing, girl? Doctor in the house. Oh, yeah, you can miss people, but don't want them back. Listen, we're going to miss people. Naturally, you're going to miss them because your body has been attached to them. Your body remembers them. Your body remembers the feeling. Your mind remembers the feeling. Your body is still putting the karmic energy from them. Your body is literally, your karmic energy is being pulled from them. They have a connection to your body because your body is a memory. So now your body still miss that touch. Yeah, it misses that touch. It misses that feel. Hey, Tam, how are you? It misses that kind of stuff. So now here you are sitting alone one night. I miss him. I miss her. Understand, that's normal. It is very normal. And many people, how they get in trouble, right? Let me tell you how you become ridiculous and get in trouble. When you miss somebody, you think it means let me call them. It doesn't mean that. It means acknowledge the fact that you miss them. Don't try to fight it because you fighting it is not going to help you. I mean, seriously. Why would you dream of them every time you dream for over 2 years? Let me tell you this. Psychology says, actually energy says this. I have proven this point many times. The reason why you dream of people sometimes is not because you're thinking about them or you want them. It's many times when somebody is thinking about you a lot, they end up in your dream. Understand, we manifest people. We manifest things. We are energy. All we are is energy. So if I'm thinking about you, what's your name? Doris Morton. A matter of fact, you might think I am powerful if you dream about me tonight. You might think it's me. Or you might think it's you. I could literally think you into your dream. If I think about you hard enough, I can literally, because what is thoughts? Let's think about this, okay? Let's think about this. What is a thought? A thought is just energy leaving me. And a thought travels through time and space. Hey, what's your name? Bakari, how you doing? A thought travels listen, a thought is the only thing that is able to travel through time and space. Thoughts do. If a thought is traveling through time and space, and I'm already connected to you spiritually, so you telling me that you never thought about your mother? And she just called you, hey, I was just thinking about you. And you're like, I was just thinking about you too. You never call your husband or your wife or your boyfriend or girlfriend, and you never think about them, and they call you? Like, hey, what you doing? Girl, I was just thinking about you. Because energy travels through time and space, especially when you are connected. You can feel when your child is having a bad day at school. You can feel when your husband or wife is in a bad place mentally when they are away from you. You can feel this because we are connected. And what is a connection? A connection is literally information passing from one to the next. Information is flowing from one source to the next. Like for instance, if I'm connected to the internet, my phone is sending information to the hotspot, and the hotspot is returning information to my phone. Understand? That's what connections are. That's all connections are. Hey, Crone Goddess, how you doing? So understand, if I'm connected to you, I could put myself in your dreams. Come on now, you don't have to love them too. So just because you miss them, it doesn't mean anything. Try to be positive all the time. Facts. Just because you miss somebody doesn't mean that you have to go back. Because missing them doesn't say. Let me tell you why we miss them also, okay? This is going to be deep, okay? Hold on to this right here. I'm going to tell you something that you never thought of. Now, you know my information is different. My information that I give is different. Hey, Sudi, how you doing? Love from a distance. Facts. I am who I am. That is facts. Now, I'm going to blow your mind for a second. Now, I don't really blow minds a lot because my information is very simple. I have very simplistic information. But let me try to say this right here. All right. You all ready? I just told you why you seeing your ex in your dream. That's one reason. Because they are thinking about you. They are literally sending themselves into your dream. They are thinking about you. Maybe they miss you. Do they try to call you sometimes? I've proved this to myself. Sometimes people come to your dream because they miss you. They are thinking of you. Sometimes you miss what you wanted them to be. that is facts too. Greetings from Kenya. How are you doing, Trisha Gold? Namaste. Okay, so let me blow your mind for a second, okay? Now, we never think about this, okay? There's something that never comes to our minds. Because this is something behind the scenes. Many things that happen, we're not aware of them happening. When you become conscious, you understand how it works. The more you become conscious is when you understand how behind the scenes work. So now the surface things is not a big deal anymore because you understand what's going on. Check this out. It doesn't matter from when ago. It doesn't matter from 10 years ago, 15 years ago. It's the experience, okay? But check this out right here. Water is life. You're right. I'm almost done talking. I have to go pick up my kids in a few minutes. All right. Let me tell you why you miss them so much, okay? Let me tell you why it's so hard. Before you judge what I'm saying, just listen, okay? Here's it. Before you meet someone, do you think about them? No. Before you are with them, sexually and emotionally and connected to them, you don't really miss them. You can't miss them because you never had them. You never had them. So therefore, your life was perfectly fine without them. You were living your life. You was laughing and you was working and you was working on yourself and you was going to school and you was going to work and you was living and smiling and being happy. Life was great. Okay? Life was great. You met them. They now became a part of your routine. They have taken up your time. I am in Europe. I don't know what time zone that is, but it's Europe, probably England. I think I'm an hour ahead of England. They have taken up, they have taken up some space in your life. Physical things. You're doing physical things together. Now, hey Mercy, now you have become identified. Over the years, you have become identified with them. You have become their girlfriend. They have become your boyfriend, your girlfriend. They have become your husband, your wife. You have identified yourself with being in a relationship. Okay? Check this out. It became a routine, right? So now, check this out. Since now, they have become this part of your life, naturally, what happened is that now your ego, this thing that we call an ego, is now protecting the identity of what you are. Hey T-Shade, how we doing? The ego that you have is now, the job of the ego is to protect the identity that you have just because it doesn't want you to die. The ego hates change. Understand this. So now since you are identified with them, you are with them, you are in tune with them, now the ego is protecting what you have. When it's time to break free, The ego hates to change because when it changes, it becomes unsure of your identity. So now that's why people hate being in the wilderness. People hate being in the unknown. People hate the unknown for this reason, because the ego does not have anything to attach itself to. Lord, y'all gotta listen. This is not information that you are gonna pay me for. Listen, this is not information that you are to listen. This ain't no free information now. I'm just giving you this right here because this is powerful that we don't understand. So now here we are thinking just because we miss them, we have to go back with them. That means we need them. That means they need to come back. No, it's your ego is out there by itself, not knowing what the hell is going on. It doesn't know who you are anymore because you are no longer with them. You are no longer Kirk's girlfriend, Kirk's wife, Kirk's friend. You are no longer that. So what is the ego? It is confused. So naturally, you have to miss them. And when you miss them, the ego is saying, listen, you need to go back to what I know. Go back, go back, go back. Call them, because it needs to feel familiar. Lord have mercy. Ain't that something, right? But here we are, we confused, we think that I just need them. That's how people keep playing you. If you understand the role of the ego, you will no longer become victim to it. I'm telling you, with the role of the ego, if you understand the role of the ego, you will no longer become victim to it. It will no longer victimize you. Somebody say amen. Jumper greetings. How are you doing, Samaya? How are you doing? I'm telling you, ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? this is facts. This unique ministry is a You said unique ministry? That is very funny. But check this out. That's how it works. So here you are talking about, I miss you. And the ego is like, I'm not their girlfriend. Because listen, do you notice that even if you have an argument with them and they leave for a couple of days, knowing that you're still with them, knowing that they are still your wife or husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, your ego ain't tripping? Now you might feel a little, I don't know what they're doing. But the ego is fine. You don't, like, you're perfectly fine. Because now the ego is understanding I'm still with them. We're just arguing right now. He said, bro, I have mad energy. Thank you, man. Thank you. But when you wake up now in your mind, you are no longer there. So the ego is confused. It's out there looking for something to attach to. The ego has to be attached to something. Identities, words, physical touch, all these things it attaches itself to because it needs to feel like it's alive. The ego is the physical sense. That's what the ego is. The ego is a physical sense that needs to be touched and listened to and caressed and spoken to and felt and smelled and heard. That's the job of the ego. It needs to be in this physical world so that it can live. It's a sense of living, a sense of survival. It's a survival sense. Now, Tamara asks a question. Can you miss someone that you never met? Of course. You don't have to meet somebody to miss them. As a matter of fact, if you meet somebody, let's say you meet somebody on TikTok, right? Let's say you meet somebody on TikTok. It is so much like a man. If you miss somebody on TikTok, if you met somebody on TikTok and you begin to talk and it became, that person became a part of your daily routine, your conversation becomes popular or often or very, frequent. You start to speak to them. You know what I mean? You start to look at them. You start to speak and you hear their voice and because through voice, we don't understand this right, but through voice, through speaking, your energy is being sent out. Listen, you are energy. That's all you are. Energy. That's all you are. Even the words that leave your mouth carries a certain vibe. If somebody angry who have a low frequency, they could say one word, and that word will not mean the same thing as somebody with a high frequency saying the same word. Is you sending out yourself in your words. So if you meet someone, we carry dark and light. Exactly. Choose, right? If you meet someone, you can actually connect to them with your voice. Have you ever heard somebody's voice and you just start to feel giddy? Oh my God, I heard her voice. Because it's the voice carries the vibe. The voice carries the vibes. Everything carries a part of you. Everything carries a part of you. You will attach a part of you in everything you do, everything you look at, everything you say, because you are literally is you going out. So when you meet somebody on TikTok or meet somebody on social media and you keep speaking to them, you are forming a connection with your words. You are forming a connection with speaking. You are forming a tight connection. So when the person is not there and you're not hearing their voice as they would naturally do, because the ego sets up a time where it expects, the body expects to feel a certain vibration or frequency running through it at 3 p.m. At 3 p.m., if you don't call me, my body starts to say, what is going on? What the hell is going on? Where is this person? Where is Dr. Tamara? Why is she not calling me? Why is she not? Because it expects to be stimulated at a certain time. So now I don't have to meet you to miss you. But damn, ain't that crazy? Be careful. You start to worry. Facts. Be careful of who you sharing your energy with. You gotta be careful. Good. Hey, Hot for Sarah, how you doing? Why I miss you? Oh, you miss me? You miss me, Abby? But seriously, you gotta be careful about who you exchanging your frequency with. You just have to get on YouTube, Zambia. I'm telling you, we have to understand that you cannot just share yourself with people just because. And sometimes you get bored. You know when you are bored is the worst time to give you energy, because you're going to give some stuff that when you're not bored anymore, you're going to change your mind. You're like, oh, shoot. No, when you were bored, you send off some vibe to someone who loves your energy, who loves your frequency. Now they get addicted to you. People get addicted to your energy. I always told me this growing up. Yeah. People would get addicted to your energy and you don't even understand why. Right? What the hell is wrong with you? I'm addicted to you. But you never met me. I don't have to meet you. I'm drawn to your vibes. Your frequency is so high. Especially when you have that good ass energy. I'm telling you. Spiritual goddess, how you doing? When you have that good energy, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. When you have good energy, that good vibe. And listen, there's nothing. Okay, let me just say this off the bat. I say good energy because I mean, when I say good energy, I mean high frequency. There is no such thing as good energy or bad energy. Energy is energy. However, somebody with a very low energy could think that somebody with a low energy is like this right here. This may sound ridiculous, but it's not meant to be something ridiculous. If there's two ugly people in the room, right? If two people are ugly, one of them still has to be more attractive. Okay? But both of them still ugly. Now, this is a very low vibrational thing to say. And understand, I'm not saying people are ugly. But I'm saying this to make a point. If there are two ugly people in the room, one must be better looking. Must be. So what I'm saying, good energy is not really a thing. It's not true. Because so what I'm saying, even if I have low energy and you have low frequency too, one must be higher. We cannot have the same frequency. One must be higher, slightly higher. Okay, so now to the one whose energy is higher, even though it's still low frequency, the one who's low, I'm going to say, you have good energy. So they're going to still pull from you. They're going to still want to be around you because you are a bigger source. The bigger source attracts more. The higher frequency attracts more. Let me mute you because you can still look, but I'm going to mute you, okay? Because you're a grown man, or you're probably a child. How do you recognize the higher? The higher will give you life. How do you recognize energy? And, man, why do people always want to send me invites? I don't even know who the people are. You're going to recognize the higher power, the higher energy, because one of them will give you. Hey, Native, how you doing? One of them would give you. They will give you. They will make you feel. Budget your energy, right? I know, right? Why do we meet with our soulmates but never end up with them? Because your soulmate is not usually somebody that you're going to be with. Soulmates is not just to be with. That's not the point of a soulmate. It's not always to be with them intimately. Sometimes you meet your soulmate and they're already in a relationship. They're already in a marriage. They're already in some type of commitment. Sometimes they're not even in tune with being with anyone. Sometimes your soulmate is somebody who brings out the best part of you sometimes, right? But it's not an easy transition. I mean, it's not always a good looking thing. And sometimes we have more than one soulmate. You know, soulmates aren't always romantic. Sometimes soulmate could piss you off the most, but they make you grow the most. Soulmates could actually be sometimes a soulmate is your biggest trigger. The media has portrayed the wrong idea of soulmates for people. Facts. You meet someone for a reason. Anyone for a reason. Soulmate could be a family member. I'm telling you all, soulmate is not always romantic. Sometimes a soulmate could actually be your biggest trigger. Do you know why you have triggers? Brings out the best in you, right? And they bring out the best in you and without doing the best to you sometimes. Sometimes they just trigger the hell out of you. And you don't know any better. How can you tell when you have met your soulmate? It's different for everyone. But a lot of times, look and see where you came from. Now, look and see where you came from when you met them sometimes to where you are now. Look and see how much you have grown, how much you have recognized yourself. Because a lot of times, a soulmate will let you recognize yourself. It will bring out parts of yourself that you didn't even know exist. Sometimes these soulmates are there to just increase you. And it's not because they need to increase you. It's because sometimes you don't remember who you are. We came from a different world. We came from a different time, from a different energy source. From the same energy source, but from a different dimension. We came from a different type of being to this worldly, physical being. Hey, from Trinidad, how you doing? You know what I mean? So we came. Yes, facts, Donna, facts. Triggers are to show you where you need to grow. Facts. That is very factual. And we came from a different place, and we met before. And I want to remind you, maybe we made a plan and say, listen, I'm going to go to Earth. I'm going to be a woman. You're going to be a man? Are you going to be a man? Because naturally, the woman identifies with the man. That feminine and masculine energy is just so much powerful, right? Because we were friends probably. We were probably just friends in the past life. But I say, you know what? I'm going to be a woman. You're going to be a man when you come. Okay? So now, because the man will quicker notice the woman. I don't understand what I'm saying. The man will quicker identify with the woman. And the woman will quickly and quicker identify with the man. Because the energy is just different. There's a yin and a yang. Naturally, we recognize each other best in opposite genders. Sweet Pepper, what's good with you? I'm getting to my soulmate through several lifetimes. I believe you, Tamara. I believe you. I believe you. Especially when you know and you did the work and you can tell. So many times you don't meet your soulmate. You recognize your soulmate. You don't have to be the same age at all. Facts. Sometimes not even the same gender. I think sometimes not even the same gender. Sometimes the same gender. Sometimes whatever it is. We don't know. But we made contracts before we came here. But, I don't want to talk about that. What about twin flames? Twin flames, a flame is something that sparks, right? So when you look at a twin flame, it's something that sparks you, something that lights you up, right? Something that lights you up and you light them up and you are just so together. It is more said that twin flames are more romantic, maybe best friends. But in a more romantic way, but sometimes best friend, because you light each other up. It's like you put each other on fire. You like make each other just, Sometimes you're a twin flame because sometimes you have never experienced that's within you. A twin flame sometimes will bring out that what you have never seen. That sexual, that energized, that powerful, that fun. We all have it in us. Shalom. We all have it in us, but sometimes it takes somebody else to connect to ours so that it comes out. You know what I mean? Twin flame is a direct reflection of who we are. How do you vibrate higher to be attracting people towards you? Now, we always attract people towards us, whether how you vibrate or not. Okay? We always attract people. But how do you vibrate higher? You gotta do the work. More, not just knowledge, but more wisdom, more love, less negative thinking, less negative feeling. If you don't think for a day, if you don't think negatively for a day, your frequency goes up. Because your thoughts is what governs your vibration. Now, listen. The law of vibration is actually the primary law. The law of attraction is the secondary law. Okay? is a secondary law. But the law of vibration says everything vibrates. Okay? Everything vibrates. Everything vibrates. Since everything vibrates, when you have a thought, depending on how the thought is, if it's a higher thought that brings you energy, your vibration goes up. If it's a thought that brings you a little sad, your vibration goes down. And then as your vibration goes up and down, then you attract, which is the law of attraction, you attract that of similar vibration. Do we understand? Robert asks, who are you? I am you. Listen, now that the law of vibration says everything vibrates, depending on my thoughts, what I think is what changes my vibration. Okay? And now, as my vibration change, I attract that which is vibrating at the same frequency. So the law of vibration is the primary vibration. The law of attraction is a secondary law. So now, if you stop thinking for a day, your vibration will go up. I promise you. But many of us, you just want to think and overthink and think and overthink and think and overthink. Thinking about garbage, thinking about the past, thinking about when things were bad, when life was bad, who hurt you, who left you, who broke up with you. It's levels to this, man. Wrong me wrong. It's levels to this. So that's why we say positive affirmation. So yes, pretty lady. Yes, this is why we speak positive affirmation. But check this out. Let's go deep. Let me take a little time to go deeper. I didn't this about myself. I woke up in a negative mood and the whole day was messed up. Yeah, because you attract negative. Listen, if you ever woke up with a negative mindset, right? If you ever, do you notice that when you wake up with a negative mindset, man, you ain't showing me no love today, huh? Listen, what was I saying? When you wake up with a negative mindset, understand, once you start to feel negative, the reason why you're going to think negative is because to feel negative, your only comfort zone is to think negative, same frequency. You can feel and think on the same frequency. You cannot feel and think on two different frequencies. It's impossible. Okay? Because with your feelings and your thoughts, either one is going to change one. So therefore, you will not be comfortable. You will not be in harmony with yourself. To feel good and think bad, you are not in harmony. Okay? You are not harmonizing with yourself. So one must think and feel the same to be equal. So that's why when you wake up in a bad mood, right? When you wake up in a bad mood, what happens is this. You start to think negatively. You start to think all these negative things. You start to think all these low vibrational frequency things. Because now you have to think to match your feelings. When you leave the house, every stoplight is going to be red. Somebody's going to piss you off. Somebody's going to show you the middle finger. Your boss is going to piss you off because you are attracting it. You are sending yourself out and bothering people naturally without you even knowing. Your spirit is bothering people. Your spirit is looking just ridiculous as you are in a low vibration, right? So now, as you bother people, the people are going to be drawn to you to just give you back what you are giving out. So every person that you meet, you're going to give it a middle finger, every traffic light. And you don't even understand this, that your heart is so magnetic. Your heart is so electrifying. Your heart has so much electricity running through it. Your heart is so much power in your heart, right? You don't understand it. Listen, I know I'm excited. I know I'm passionate. And I know I'm speaking all this passionately stuff. And pardon me, okay? This is how I speak sometimes when I get passionate because the information is good. And I'm talking to myself, okay? I'm talking to myself, so understand this. I ain't talking to you, I'm talking to myself. So understand this right here. Your heart is so powerful that when you are in a low vibrational state, your heart could literally change a damn stoplight to be red, to piss you off even more. Because if you are sending out a low frequency, it has to be pissed off. Your mind has to transform how you feel on the inside to match your outside world. So when you are in a low vibrational frequency, your mind, the job of the mind is to change your frequency to match that physicality outside. Your heart is so powerful that it can change a stoplight. Have you ever being in a state of mind and a state of frequency that you just blowing every electronic in your house, your TV break, your radio break, your phone break, your computer break, your laptop drops, every electronic thing in your house is broken, is damaged. Have you ever experienced that before? And you don't even know it's you. That's the sad part. You don't even know it's you. You are electronic. Listen, We have about 70 trillion cells, 50 trillion cells within you. Each cell is charged with about with about 0.07 to 1.4 hertz charge. Imagine this. You are literally about 100 trillions of voltage running through your body right now. At every given time, you are about 100 trillion hertz of energy charged in your body. You are charged up. You are charged up all day, every day. So when your shit is low, you are still charged high, and you have the power to change and break things, electronic things. You know what? I bought a car. I bought a very expensive car, maybe 2 years ago. And when I bought this car, it was a Corvette, right? It was my retirement gift. I bought this Corvette. And 2 months after my Corvette, I bought it, maybe 2 or 3 months after my Corvette was bought. My fuel system went out. It stopped working. So I couldn't see how much fuel I had. And I'm like, man, damn, this is annoying. I mean, yeah, I could keep filling up my car just to make sure I don't run out of gas. But this is pretty annoying. So I was like, I took it to the Chevy dealership. And they're like, "Ooh, it's a nice car." I said, "How much is it gonna be to change my stuff, to fix my?" They said $2,000. I said, "Man, no, I ain't changing my fuel gauge." He said, "Because you gotta drop both fuel tanks. Each side of the car had a fuel tank. They're gonna drop each fuel tank, and you're gonna fix the." I'm like, "Damn, $2,000?" They were like, "No, it was $2,600." I said, $2,600 just for a fuel gauge?" I said, "You know what? I ain't doing it." This is what I did. I swear to God, this is what I did. I went home and I said, "You know what? I'm going to fix it myself. I'm going to give it enough charge to fix it myself from me." I give myself a specific time frame of when I'm going to fix my car electronically with using my own mind. I know it sounds weird. It sounds ridiculous. And I know many of us who don't understand how energy works, you're going to think I'm crazy. You might think I'm stupid. You might think I'm talking trash. Thank you for the gift, Tamara. Let me tell you, I gave myself 2 months to charge this damn car so that it could fix. I said, on my second fill up, it will be fixed. Listen, I put gas in my car one day. I didn't drive it that much. The gauge still broke. On my second fill up, guess what? Gauge says, zzz. I said, I knew it. I ain't surprised. This who I am. This who I am. I fixed my own car by